Hi guys, it's Amanda. The dogs are just walking around my bedroom at the moment. Hello Maisie. It's Maisie's birthday today, so I decided to go to Pets at Home with her, and she had a little stroll around there, and we were in there for quite a while actually, and she got lots of strokes from all the strangers and the staff at Pets at Home who love her. So yeah, I only bought 4 things from there, 2 things for Maisie and then the other 2 things for the other pets. So yeah, I'll get on with it. So I think I've got the receipt in here. So I got the receipt with me. Hello Maisie. No, you can't go in the bags. Go on Molly. So the first thing I bought was, let me get it out of the bag, were these pedigree twisters. I don't think the dogs have had these before. I thought I'd try and get something different for her, just because she has like the dentist sticks and the jumbones by Baker's, so I thought I'd get something completely different, that she something that she hasn't had before. So they're just by Pedigree, and there's 3 in a pack, and it says it's a tasty chew twist, and it's got a resealable sticker. So there's 3 in there, which will probably go 1 each to the dogs. Do you want one now, do you? Do you want one? Millie's just downstairs at the moment. She's a bit grumpy and tired, isn't she? So they were, if I can find out, they were £1 for the pack, which is really good. So they'll have one of these a bit later on, because they've only just had their food. Was that. The next thing I bought for Maisie was one of these. It's by Pet Brands, and it says it's a Wow tennis ball, regular size, and it's a super strong tug. So it's got a rubber ball on the end, which has like a little rattle inside. And if I just move this cardboard sleeve, it's like the rope's been twisted around, and then it's got a long bit here. The dogs don't really tend to like do tug of war sort of thing, but Maisie really enjoys playing with tennis balls, so I thought I'd get this, and it was only £2, so I thought that was a bargain. You're going to enjoy that, are you? Yeah. Yeah, so this will probably go to all the dogs anyway. They like sharing the stuff. So yeah, that was that. Okay, sorry about that, my battery was dying. It started beeping at me, so I've had to plug in the charger and move up onto my bed because the charger doesn't stretch over to there. So anyway, so those are the 2 things that I bought Maisie for her birthday. I know it doesn't look like much, but Maisie gets lots and lots of things. All the dogs are really spoilt. Their toy box is like overflowing with toys, and they've got loads of treats in the cupboard as well. So I thought I'd get 2 new things that they've never had before. Yeah, so those were the things for Maisie. And the next thing I bought was the Small Furry Pets magazine. I've been waiting for this for ages. I bought the other 2, issue 1 and issue 2. And this is issue 3. So it finally came into my Pets at Home by me. And I was a bit surprised to see that there was another rabbit on the front, because issue 1 had a rabbit and issue 2 had a guinea pig on the front, and now issue 3 has got another rabbit. I was expecting like a hamster or a gerbil or a ferret on the front, but anyway, the bunnies are really cute. So it's got a ferret on the front and some rats, and it says keep your pets safe this summer. It's a major healthcare breakthrough, whatever that is. I'm sure it'll tell me inside the magazine. Making friends, how to get to know your pets, your questions answered, and meet the canal boating bunnies. So they must be the canal boating bunnies. And I'll just quickly flick through. So it's got information about the new Burgess cubes, information on hamsters and porcupines, a Pets at Home advert, And that guy is really creepy. He really freaks me out. It's his smile. I'm sure he's a lovely guy, but yeah. Making hay while the sun shines. So stuff about hay for rabbits and other pets. And there's the new Science Selective range, their new packaging, which has Binky the bunny on the front. He's really cute. And there's Piggy Pig's advert, which is on page 30. It's got stuff about Reggie the rat and his dental problems. Stuff about guinea pigs. I'll just quickly flick through. Some adverts on new bunny food. Oh, there's about the canal boating bunnies. Stuff about feeding. Oh wow. Information about hares. I really like hares. I think they're amazing animals. I haven't read any of this yet, but I've had a bit of a quick flick through. More information on about rats. I might subscribe to them actually, just so I can get the rabbit encyclopedia. Stuff about skunks. More adverts. More rabbit stuff. And it's advertising like the vaccines for rabbits, so the myxomatosis and the VHD, and they'll probably talk about the new combined vaccination. Stuff on gerbils, so it's introducing the fat tail gerbil, which I've never seen before. They look pretty strange actually. Oh, my battery's beeping at me again. Some Q&As and some pictures of people's pets, which I might try and send in a picture of my 2 bunnies to them, and hopefully they'll go into the next issue, which is out in August. So yeah, that's the Small Furry Pets magazine, which was £3.50, and you get that every 3 months, I think it is. Oh, Millie's come up. I saw her sitting outside the door. Hey, did you feel left out downstairs? Oh, you like scratches on your bum, don't you? She's not very well at the moment. She's got an infection in her eye. So yeah, she's been resting lots. Maisie's just over there. I think she wants to go outside. And there's Molly watching the gerbils. Hey, Molly. Anyway, back onto the haul. Oh, my camera's going funny. And the last thing I bought from Pets at Home were the Burgess XL feeding cubes. Now, I don't really agree with these. I'd never actually feed my rabbits just these, but every time I went in Pets at Home I kept looking at them thinking I'm going to give them a go, and they were from £7.49 or £7.59 down to £6 for the box. So I thought while they're on offer I might as well get a pack and see how they are. So these are just going to be as like a treat for the rabbits. So it says 4 cubes last 1 week, and I was reading on the back that it just says there that a Dutch rabbit that weighs 1 to 2 kilograms has 1 feeding cube every 48 hours, and then an English rabbit, so a rabbit that weighs 2 to 4 kilograms has 1 feeding cube every 24 hours. Now, if you haven't got time to like feed your animals and stuff, like, well, feed your rabbits, then these are great. But I still wouldn't only just give these to my bunnies. So I have just bought them as like a little treat for them, because they are on the Burgess XL rabbit food, but I don't really like the Burgess XL hay. So I'll just open them up and show you what they look like. So when I very first saw these, I thought you'd be getting like little cubes like this, but actually, if I can get them out of the box, the cubes are like that size, so about half the size of my hand. So they're split up into 4. So if I was to feed these to the rabbits all the time, I'd give 1 block. So it says per bunny, so I'd give 2 blocks every 2 days. So the reason why I wouldn't give these to my bunnies as well is I'd be unsure whether they'd be getting enough each. So if I'd put 2 in, I wouldn't be sure that, like, say, Speckle was actually eating one of them and Rocky was eating one of them. Yeah, so I kept looking at them in Pets at Home every time I was in there, and I thought I'm just going to get them, see what they're like. Yeah, and I'll do a proper review on them. I'll do a separate video when I open them, because I don't want to open them on my bed because it'll just be a mess. And I'll actually break one apart and see how much hay and how many nuggets you get in each cube. And so on the box it says it's easy to feed, it's portion controlled, which whatever. It's 29% crude fibre, which is really good. And it's got marigold and chamomile in there. It says it's a high fibre tasty nugget. Well, it's got high fibre tasty nuggets in there. It's got Timothy hay and prebiotics. It's got marigold and chamomile. It says it's 59% beneficial fibre. Excel complete food cubes make feeding your rabbits easier than ever. Ugh, I can't talk. Start again. Make feeding your rabbits easier than ever. There we go. I got it out. And the RWAF sponsor them. So yeah, as I said, they're just going to be a treat. So I'll put 1 cube in probably every month, but I'll still give them not as many nuggets as they usually get, but they'll still get their usual hay as well, the unlimited hay. So yeah, so they were £6 in Pets at Home. So if you do want to buy them, I'd recommend getting them now, just because they're £1.50 cheaper. Yeah, so that is the haul. Thanks for watching, guys. Maisie is still down there and Molly is still watching the gerbils. The dogs don't usually come up in my room, only when I'm actually in the room, because I wouldn't trust them around like the hamster and gerbils. Yeah, so there's Moo Moo. Hopefully she'll get better soon. She's on antibiotics at the moment for her eye. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.